Rana Bashara Ali Khan calls for immediate global intervention to halt Sudan's deepening humanitarian tragedy ***. Rana Bashara Ali Khan, chairman of the International Human Rights Movement IHRM, today issued an urgent plea to the global community to prioritize Sudan's escalating humanitarian disaster, warning that the nation faces systemic collapse amid relentless conflict, famine, and nearly 2 years after the outbreak of war between the Sudanese Armed Forces SAF and Rapid Support Forces RSF in April 2023, Sudan grapples with what Khan described as one of the most severe humanitarian crises of our time. Over 30 million civilians, more than half the population, now rely on humanitarian aid for survival, with 12 million displaced internally and across borders. Famine conditions, first declared in Zamzam camp in August 2024, have spread to Khartoum, Kordofan, and Blue Nile states, while besieged cities like El Fasher and Darfur endure daily bombardment and blockade routes. The world's silence is complicity, declared Khan, condemning the international community's waning attention. Sudan's children are starving, women face unspeakable violence, and families are trapped in war zones without water, medicine, or hope. This is not merely a crisis, it is a catastrophic failure of humanity. Khan emphasized the IHRM's findings, which document widespread violations of international humanitarian law, including attacks on civilians, aid workers, and critical infrastructure. Over 40 humanitarian personnel have been killed since 2023, while escalating violence in Darfur and Kordofan has paralyzed relief efforts. The IHRM estimates that 90% of Sudan's health facilities are non-functional, cholera outbreaks are surging, and 19 million children remain out of school. Despite a UN-led appeal for $4.2 billion in 2025, the largest ever for Sudan, funding shortfalls threaten to halt food distributions and medical programs. Khan criticized the glaring disparity in global aid priorities, noting that Sudan receives less than 20% of required funds, equating to mere pennies per person daily. The IHRM chairman called for 3 immediate actions: unfettered humanitarian access to conflict zones, enforceable ceasefire agreements, and sustained financial commitments. Humanitarian aid cannot wait for political resolutions, he stressed. Every delay costs lives. The international human rights movement stands with Sudan's civilians, demanding accountability for perpetrators and justice for survivors. Khan further highlighted the critical role of grassroots organizations, particularly women-led groups, in delivering aid under dire conditions. He urged armed factions to honor international law, ensure civilian protection, and permit safe passage for displaced families.